Yes, we're back now, and we're going to start the program this morning with the current spate of impeachment in Nigeria. Some major political leaders in Nigeria appear to be the targets. In the recent spate of impeachment, the first governor who got impeached from office is the former Adamawa State Governor, Nwanyawu, who they had 20 allegations filed against him. They had a panel to sit, and they couldn't reach him, so they said, let's put it in the newspapers, because we have a right to get this letter proposing or clearly stating you're up for impeachment. Let's put it in the newspaper. It's almost unprecedented in Nigeria for this to happen, but it has happened. And is a new trend. And now, in Nasarawa State, the same thing is being done. They're saying we've made it public and we will impeach the governor of Nasarawa State. Also, in a different story, though, in Ebonyi State, the speaker has been impeached, and the new one appointed, elected, somehow they've got a new speaker. And a number of issues are going on all around the country because there is speculation that Edo State is up for it. Rivers State, the governor is saying, well, you will not make that happen here. I've got my people with me.
Or your state.
Or your state, it is
Rumors,
possibly.
Rumors
Impeachment
everywhere. Either of the governor, the speaker, or the deputy speaker.
Absolutely.
There's something happening in every little corner.
So in the midst of all of this, we thought it is only apt that on this program this morning, we get in a number of people to have conversation about why is this happening? Is this all about 2015, or there is more to it than meet the eye? So we're joined in the studios this morning. On my right-hand side is Ambassador Onoja, President, Next Generation Youth Initiative International, and he's also, his organization is a member of the Transition Monitoring Group. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good
morning, Nigerians.
All right, and then on the left-hand side, we've got, at the extreme left, is Honorable Barrister Uduma Chime, who's a member of Ebonyi State House of Assembly. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, everybody.
And just beside him is Mr. Nwanyawu, who's the president of Leadership Watch. Great to have you here again.
Good morning, and thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. I will start with Ambassador Onoja. The situation in Nasarawa State is one that seemed to portend danger, and it's quite worrying, not because of the fact that there is impeachment on the table, but more because of the number of people the Nigerians saw for the first time across political parties saying that you will not impeach our governor. And they are saying, I'm a member of PDP, I'm a member of APC, I'm a member of this, but you will not impeach our governor. What is really going on in Nasarawa State? You live there.
Yeah, I live there, I work there. It's also my territory. Just like you said, it really portends danger, and it is a cause that calls for worry for anybody who is interested in the development of Nigeria, who is interested in the development of democracy. Just like you said, we must, all of us have a responsibility to jointly build our democracy, to build our country, Nigeria. We have a duty to put aside self-interest and first defend national and public interest, because it is in that the self-interest is consummated. There is something that we must bear, and I want to, with all due respect to our leaders, should understand that democracy is not just about election and win an election and get to an office and that's the end of it. It is actually a foundation, but when you are elected, people give you power in trust. The power that our leaders exercise is held in a fiduciary relationship with the people, the citizens. The power in a democracy fundamentally belongs to the citizens. So the citizens' power is ahead of any other power in democracy. So there's a need, even when we have elected our leaders and they are taking decisions, there's a need for them to read the tempo of the people, because the people are the one who elected them, they are the one who elected the governor, and if the masses of the citizens of Nasarawa State says no, there's a need for the State House Assembly to support that. I want to believe that there are people who have respect for the people who elected them.
So how did they arrive at that decision? Because we want to get to the nitty-gritty. We want to get to the bottom of it. How did the State Assembly arrive at the decision to impeach the governor?
In fact, the whole scenario played out like a whirlwind, because in Nasarawa State, we have never had any time where there is a disagreement between the executive and the legislature. There was nothing to build on. It was just all of a sudden we had impeachment notice served on the ground of gross misconduct, on allegation of corruption, on allegation of misapplication and misapplication of funds, and abuse of power. But I want to believe that one thing that is very common with our democracy is that a lot of our political players likes politics of opportunism. And I want to let you know that somehow some good wind that seemed to be blowing for the PDP with their victory from Ekiti, which was a very good victory because I was in Ekiti to monitor the election. They got it. And they got that victory. Then some very zealous members of the party, many of them operating outside of the presidency, because I must admit, sometimes when you don't have enough information, we make the mistake of concluding that the president's hand is here, the president's hand is there. But to the best of my knowledge, as a researcher, as an academician, as an activist, as a defender of democracy, some forces outside of the presidency who want to be so zealous and to get maybe a pass mark from the party and from the president that they got Nasarawa for them. So when the impeachment in Adamawa was an easy say through, they felt that the next range should move to Nasarawa State. And that by that, they can consolidate their position ahead of 2015
Sorry
election.
to cut in. Are you insinuating that this is contrived?
Yes, part of it is part of the game plan. It's politics. So anything is possible. But what I know at the moment, I want to say that whatever be the issue, Al-Makura does not deserve an impeachment at this moment. You have to consider so many factors.
Especially when his people are coming out
especially
and
when his
shouting.
people are coming out, the tenure is just remaining about 6 or 7 months to the election. We also have to look at the nature of Nasarawa State. Nasarawa State has been a crisis-ridden state. And we want to believe that the State House Assembly should be having a thumb up for Al-Makura. He's a very humble man. He has been on top of this situation. From the different ethnic tribes, the Fulani, the Thief, the Egon, the Agatu, there has been series of crimes from one level to the other at different times. Even if you have been following up, the level of destruction and carnage in Nasarawa at different points is amazing. So Al-Makura has been a humble person. He has a very reputable background. He has been able, he was operating as a businessman, had Al-Makura Nigeria Limited, later had a flourishing company, TAR, involved in estate, and he has never had anything that has smeared his name. And remember, he was a founding member of PDP in Nasarawa State.
And then moved on to CPC,
and
CPC,
eventually
APC.
And it wasn't difficult for Al-Makura to put the fund of the state on the line and buy up the members of the PDP in the legislature to become APC. But he refused to do that because he's a man who is a Democrat, and he believes that it's only when different perspectives come to the table, in a democracy. And he also that we can get any meaningful development. And he also believes that democracy without opposition is like eating
not
food without
democracy.
sauce.
Okay, but I will move on in just a minute. But let me ask you this. You are aware that in the midst of all of this, the deputy governor has moved to PDP, no longer a member of APC, and both of them are still within the same government house. The governor is APC, the deputy governor is PDP.
Yes, the deputy governor, Damisi, has been PDP. It's a PDP member, and we've never had any open disagreement per se between him and Al-Makura, because Al-Makura, like I told you, is a Democrat. Even by his mere appearance, he belies his humility, and this is the kind of humility we want in leadership. And mind you, Al-Makura represents a very sensitive segment of the Nigerian society that have been clamoring for their marginalization. The physically challenged people, about 90 million of them, who have been on the case of their marginalization in Nigeria. Al-Makura is one single person that represents them in this democracy.
Okay, we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Now, okay, Alera, you
Please,
wanted to...
let me go to Ebonyi now. Honorable Chima. I find this case very interesting based on the grounds which have been given. One of them being that the speaker does not have enough qualification. His education is suspect. And we're also told that he's very fetish and he's very superstitious. He's been a speaker over a number of years, has he not?
He has been.
Yes, so how come you suddenly just all woke up and decided, oh, he doesn't have enough education to be the Speaker of the House?
Thank you, Madam.